This video has kindly been sponsored by KK. If you are looking to learn more about the HR domain, then you should definitely check out all their courses on human resources. They're absolutely for free and you can check all of them out through the link in my description below. Remember that report card in school that we got from our teachers? Well, performance appraisal is like a report card that's given by your managers to you. Now, this could happen every 6 months, every quarter, or even once a year. But I'm going to share with you a few tips that you can keep in mind that will make your performance appraisal conversation with your manager smooth, so that you get that bonus or that promotion that you've been working so hard for. Hi my friends, my name is Mehar. I'm your career coach and mentor, helping you accelerate your career. Let's jump right into this video. First and foremost, when you join an organization, you need to know what is the appraisal cycle. For some companies, it's in October and March. For some, it's only in March. For some, it's near Diwali. For some, it's in September. So you need to know when is it that I will be evaluated for my performance. Because once you know that you have a deadline that you will be evaluated against, you need to start preparing well in advance for it. So step number 1 is start evaluating yourself. Self-evaluation. And this is something that I recommend to all my students and young professionals, is that at the end of every work week, make a list of the things that you did well that week. Make a list of your strengths, your weaknesses, your improvement points. This way you will remember what are the things that you did well and what are the things you didn't do too well. And you'll have this huge database week by week of the work that you've done. Who you worked with, projects that you showed leadership on, and areas of improvement that you know you need to keep improving on. If you keep evaluating yourself, it will show that you have a growth mindset. And at the end of the 6 months, you'll have this huge list of things that you did well and huge list of things that you need to improve on. And then none of the feedback that your boss gives you will be like a surprise to you because you've already evaluated yourself. Second tip is that set goals for yourself. So let's say you have 6 months before your performance appraisal conversation with your manager. Set goals that you would like to achieve in the next 6 months. That could be maybe you want to give a big presentation. You want to conduct an event. You want to go for a client meeting independently. You want to work with your boss's boss on a particular project. Having clear goals just gives us a lot of drive and ambition and dedication to work towards just those goals. So at the beginning of the performance review cycle, you can set those goals independently or even with your manager. If you communicate your goals in advance to your manager, it will show that you are somebody who is proactive, who takes initiative, and it will also hold you accountable towards those goals. Once you've set those goals at the beginning of the 6 months, don't forget to evaluate yourself regularly in your journal, on an Excel spreadsheet, whatever works for you. Then as you come towards the end of your performance review cycle, make sure you block your manager's time. Send them a meeting invite and tell them that you want to discuss the progress that you've made this year with them face to face. Many times we don't take the initiative to get feedback, but my friends, feedback is what makes us grow. So it's important to sit down with your performance manager, to sit down with your supervisor, with your colleagues, and gather as much as you can about yourself from them. Because if you don't know how you're performing, you'll never be able to improve on yourself. You'll never be able to become a better version of yourself. So once you have that meeting in the diary, in the calendar with your manager, start planning for it. Go into that meeting with a plan. Prepare a presentation or an Excel spreadsheet listing all the things that you've done well and outline what you want to get feedback on. That could be feedback on specific projects that you worked on, guidance on any career progression that you're making, and clarifications from your manager about the expectations of your role. Am I doing things correctly? Do I need to change anything? What do you think, boss? If you have a portfolio, reports, or specific examples of the work that you've done, make sure to share that with your manager in that meeting. It will help you make such a strong impression on them. Next tip is have a positive outlook. Go into that meeting with a growth mindset. Think of it as a productive discussion. Both the parties want you to do well, want you to succeed in this role. Think of it as a chance for you to showcase your achievements, things your manager may have just forgotten, all the stuff that you've done in the last few months. You have to remind them through this professional chat. And the next is think of whatever they're giving to you as constructive criticism. Don't take feedback personally. They want you to do well because they want their organization to succeed. And their organization will only succeed if you succeed. So be open to having an honest discussion with your manager. So take some time before you go in for the meeting and come up with a few points that you also feel that you need to improve on. Now I'm going to show you a conversation format that you can have with your boss, with your manager during that meeting. So you can say something like, "Good afternoon. I appreciate the opportunity to discuss my performance with you. Firstly, start with gratitude. So say something like, I want to take a moment to express my gratitude to be a part of this team. I've learned so much in the last few months and I'm so fortunate to be working here. The next is that you can share some achievements by saying something like, I'd like to highlight some of my achievements that I'm particularly proud of in the last few months. For example, I successfully led Project XY, which resulted in a 20% increase in customer satisfaction. Next, you could show some self-awareness and address the times when you feel you have underperformed by saying something like, I'm aware that there have been instances where my performance could have been a little bit better. I've identified these and come up with a plan to improve on these. I'm committed to addressing these concerns. The next, you should discuss goals. I have some personal and professional goals that I would like to discuss with you. In the short term, I'm aiming to enhance my leadership skills. And in the long term, I hope to contribute to the overall growth of the company. I'd like to achieve these by doing X, Y, and Z. Would you be able to support me on this? And then ask them for feedback by saying something like, I really value your feedback. Are there any other areas where you feel I could further improve? Is there anything else you want to discuss with me? And then offer to help. Lastly, I would love to know if there's anything else I can do to contribute to the overall team success, and end that discussion with a thank you. Thank you for your time. I appreciate the feedback that you've given me. I will reflect on it and get back to you. You can even ask for a follow-up meeting. How about we have a follow-up meeting next month to discuss my progress towards the feedback that you've given me. So that's it, my friends. That was a discussion between you and your boss that I hope will help you. Remember, performance appraisals, there's nothing to be afraid of. They're all about growth and improvement. I hope this was useful for you. I will be back soon with another one, but until then, keep hustling hard towards your goals. I hope to see you soon. Bye.